Good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and we had a good morning, but we walked to a place called Vie En Rosé, otherwise known as the French Bakery. So that's what the walk is going to be about. But before that, I want to give you an update on Carmen's wrist. She fell off a ladder, and they put a plate in her wrist, and that was 2 weeks ago yesterday. So yesterday she went back to see the surgeon, and he took the cast off, and she went to her first physical therapy session yesterday, and she's going to go 3 times a week. Plus she has some exercises and massages she has to do every day. So she's fine. She had an ace bandage on, but he told her you don't even have to wear that. So I think what she's decided to do is maybe put it on when she goes out to sort of signal people, please don't bang into me. I know when I had a kidney removed about 9 years ago, I love dogs, and in my neighborhood I knew all the dogs. But for the first couple of weeks that I was able to walk, which is a few days after, it was an operation that cut me from one side to the other. So I really didn't want a dog jumping up on me. So I used a cane. I didn't need the cane to walk. It just was sort of a signal to people, please don't let your dog jump up on me. Anyway, she's fine. So today we went for a walk, and you'll see all that in the video. One of the things she commented on a while ago is when she was a little girl here in Ajijic. She said every morning all the neighbors got up and swept the sidewalk and picked up the trash in front of their homes. And she doesn't She doesn't think that people do that as much anymore. But today, on our street, people do. So today when we went out, you'll see a gentleman with a hose watering some shrubbery or some plants across the street from the house. That's our brother-in-law, Gerardo. So they live next door. And then you'll see, well, you may not notice it, there's a street picture with a woman at the far end of the street carrying some, looks like trash bags and some leaves and things. And that's Beatrice, who lives at the end of our block. And she was out doing the same thing. And they do this every morning. And Carmen generally, she'll take Casper out for a little walk. And then she'll do the same thing. So some places I think people still do that. And so our street is very clean, even though our street is actually more like a service road alongside the main highway. It's a 2-lane highway, but it's still the main highway along the north shore of Lake Chapala. Anyway, you'll see pictures as we walk to Vie En Rosé. You'll see. We left here just after 9 in the morning, so a lot of places weren't open. You'll see Dental Express, which, by the way, Carmen had a crown put in, I think, for 4,400 pesos, which is just over $200. I used 20 to 1, so $220 for a crown. I guess it's a pretty good price. I haven't had a crown done in a long time, but I think I probably paid a lot more of that than that in California. Then you'll see, let's see, there's Popeyes, a cerveceria, there's a tequila tasting room. See a little neighborhood market called La Huerta. Not a big supermarket, but not a corner convenience store either. You see a place, fish and meat. Although it's not the one we tend to go to. Carmen sort of has 2 favorites that are in the other direction. And then you see a couple other places. And then Don Pedro's, which is a restaurant, and on the same corner, the French Bakery. So that's where we went, and we went for breakfast. So I had a latte and had a quiche, and a quiche was so creamy. I mean, it was really good. We buy quiche there, 3 or 4 of them almost every week. And I put them in the refrigerator, and I just eat them cold for breakfast. But this one was nice and warm, and I think it changed my life. I'm now going to put it in the microwave for 30 seconds or so just to warm it up. And Don Pedro's. It's a really good restaurant. It doesn't seem to be very busy most of the times, and we've eaten there 3 or 4 times, and I've always found it really good. Oh, there's another place we'll walk by called Eve's, which is a good restaurant, and there's a picture, you'll see a donkey in there. So he's sort of a restaurant and donkey rescue organization. Maybe someday I'll tell you the story about Margarita, the original donkey. But he does. He has a 3-legged dog. He has some cats, and he has a horse and 2 donkeys. And I mean, they don't roam freely among the tables. And he has an indoor restaurant, and he has an outdoor restaurant around the pool area. So it's very nice, and it's a block away. So we go there fairly often. So after we ate the quiche, there's a farmer's market just, I don't know, not even a quarter of a mile, a couple 100 yards from the French bakery. And we'd never been there. So we went down today, and there were a lot of booths outside, and then inside. I didn't go in. I could see in. It looked very open, and there was a sign that said masks optional. And I'm going to get political, but I still think you're kind of foolish if you don't wear a mask. I think it's a kind thing to do. And governments kind of see a dip, and they think, okay, we're pressured. People don't want to wear the mask, so we remove the mandate, and then you get a spike upward. So anyway, I have 1 kidney, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. So I just don't want to deal with it. So I wear a mask most when I'm indoors. Not in my house, but I'm indoors. The mask mandate was removed here in Jalisco, the state we live in, last week, I guess, except for public transportation and medical facilities. I think they're really strict in medical facilities, but on public transportation, I don't think half the bus drivers even wear them. So, don't want to argue that point. My feeling is, well, okay, the people that say there's no proof that masks do any good, I think are idiots. And so that's the end of that conversation. At least from my end. You may want to comment. But it's a kind thing to do for the people around you, and I think it does protect you. I don't. Anyway, that's the end of that. So the rest of this will be the walk. It's only a half a mile to the place, so you'll see the round trip is 1.1 miles, and that's it. I think we're both on the mend, and let me know where you'd like us to walk to next. All right. Thank you very much for watching. If you're not mad at me for my mask position, and you want to subscribe or you want to like this, we would both, the 3 of us, Casper appreciates it too. All right. Take care. Be safe.
Vamos a bailar.